Hi friends, this is Pastor Jamie with Tempe First United Methodist Church. Have you ever gone about the course of your day and been reminded of a book that you've read or a song that you've sung? I don't know about you, but sometimes my mind makes those connections. Something about my day triggers that kind of response. And I had one of those moments on Sunday as I was watching the Sunday service with many of you. If you've not viewed our service, I would encourage you to do so. You can view it on our website, tempefirstumc.org, or I think we've got this one posted on our Facebook page as well. In this service, Pastor Kelly was preaching about how nothing could separate us from the love of God. And as I was thinking about the vastness of God's love, I was reminded of a book that my parents read to me and that I've read to some of my kids as well. This book is entitled Guess How Much I Love You. And in this book, Little Nut Brown Hare, the child bunny, and Big Nut Brown Hare, the parent bunny, discuss their love for one another. So let me read this book for you. It says, Little Nut Brown Hare, who was going to bed, held on very tight to Big Nut Brown Hare's long ears. He wanted to be sure that Big Nut Brown Hare was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hare. This much, said Little Nut Brown Hare, stretching out his arms as wide as they could go. Big Nut Brown Hare had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. That's a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you as high as I can reach, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very high, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I had arms like that. Then Little Nut Brown Hare had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up to the trunk of a tree with his feet, doing a handstand. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said Big Nut Brown Hare, swinging him over his head. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed Little Nut Brown Hare, bouncing up and down. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled Big Nut Brown Hare. And he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. That's good hopping, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. I wish I could hop like that. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, cried Little Nut Brown Hare. I love you across the river and over the hills, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very far, thought Little Nut Brown Hare. He was almost too sleepy to think anymore. He looked beyond the thorn bushes into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said Big Nut Brown Hare. That's very, very far. Big Nut Brown Hare settled Little Nut Brown Hare into his bed of leaves. He leaned over and kissed him good night. Then he lay down close by and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. And when it comes to God, I think we're a bit like Little Nut Brown Hare. When we're at our best, we tell God how much we love him. We tell him that we love him a whole lot. But God, like Big Nut Brown Hare, responds by saying, I love you and definitely more than you could ever imagine. As one of our hymns declare, God's love is vast beyond all measure. So friends, today I would encourage you to take a quiet moment or two and to receive and reflect on the love of God today. So friends, receive this blessing, this benediction. May you know the height, the depth, the width, and the breadth of the love of God. Amen.